Hello students, so one more exam is over, one more model exam is over, and after that we are back to the discussion session. And this time also I guess the questions were so simple because the passages also were all straight, and I guess you did not have any difficulty to get the answers straight, okay. In fact, the passages were so simple that just the first reading would be more than enough for you to get the answer. Okay, so anyways, see, remember the things which you have been given as tips. One of the sessions was given to you long back, and that is where like how to answer a passage properly. Those tips were given, and remember that every time when you attend the model exam, because step by step this is a kind of like climbing up the ladder of success, right? So like one by one, when you like score marks for better marks for each model exam, after every exam is over, that you score better marks, definitely it will encourage you to do more, right? So that's what I personally feel. If I were a student, I would have felt the same thing. Okay, so anyways, come back to our discussion session. So remember, we started with, or we are going to start with a passage this time also. And since more weightage is given to reading passages, remember those things which we have discussed long back. See, whenever you get a passage like in the question paper, understand the type of passage it is. That also will help you. Okay, that does not mean you have to spend too much of time on that. Like when you read the passage, automatically when you get the central idea or the type of passage, when you read it out, you will understand which type is it. Like there are narrative types. The one which is given on the board is narrative. Okay, so this is one of the examples of narrative passages where a kind of narration, it's a literary piece where maybe an experience shared or somebody else's experience shared or personal experience shared, or about a person something is being described or an incident is being described. So all these are literary pieces of writing. You can call it as narrative type of passage. Okay, and this is one of the examples. So be it narrative, be it descriptive, factual, or the other types, okay, other types of literary passages, whatever be the type is, the first thing you have to do is when you read, you have to understand the central idea of the passage printed. Because for certain passages, one of the questions or maybe two questions out of 10, for each passage there are 10 questions of course, and out of 10, probably one or to the extent two will be based on that central idea. Like the question could even be, what is, based on your reading, what is the central idea of the passage picked from the given options. So you need to know what the passage is all about. And another type of question which is also based on central idea is like find out a suitable title for the given passage. That too you have to choose from the options. Okay, for that also you need to understand the central idea of the passage. So always remember, without understanding the central idea of the passage, of course some of the questions cannot be answered. Okay, be it descriptive type of passage, narrative or factual. Now another thing is you do not have to learn the printed text by heart. That's of no use at all. Instead, you have a quick reading first, okay? Quick reading, but reading with understanding the passage, comprehensive reading. So when you have a quick reading of the passage after that first reading, you can, especially for narrative styles of passages, that one reading is more than enough. So after you read it once, you try to solve the questions. Okay, and in case if you do not get answers to certain questions, you go back to the passage again and read it, because you know that reading passages are more time consuming. So the exact technique of answering those questions you should know, otherwise it would be difficult for you to manage the time, because you will be getting exactly, I'm talking about English section, so like for English section you will be getting around 45 minutes, and that is to answer 40 questions. And some of the questions, like based on grammar part, based on vocabulary, there are chances that more than 1 minute is required, right? Especially when you have an exam where negative marking also is there, like -1 is there for wrong answer. So that is the reason why you have to do it carefully with perfect planning and proper management of time. Okay, so since passage based questions are a bit time consuming, but you cannot skip many. Why? Because 3 passages will be given to you, and that too with 10 marks each. Not 10 marks, sorry, but 10 questions each. Okay, so definitely you cannot skip many. Passage based questions are to be attempted, right? So anyways, I'm not trying to scare you with things, but this is what you're going to face very soon, and this is what you might have faced in the model exams as well. So anyways, just plan things out and things are going to be very easy for you. Okay. Now coming back to the first type of passage, which I said is a narrative type, it's also simple. See, actually to make the passage and the questions appear on the same page, maximum number of questions, so that we can reduce the number of pages. That's the reason why the font size is too small. So you might you may not find it easy to read this out. Okay, so anyways, I'll help you with that. For each question, I'll tell you where exactly the answer is, so that will be easy for you. We have enough time today. Okay, so anyways, now come back to the type. So it's a narrative passage all about Swami Vivekananda. Okay, so the very first sentence will tell you all about him. Like, he's known for his inspiring speech at the Parliament of the World's Religious at Chicago on 11 September 1893, where he introduced Hindu philosophy to the West. See, actually this forms the first answer. That is the reason why I read this out for you, because like in the first few lines itself, like on the third line or fourth line, that we get the answer to the first question. So I'll just read it out. The question will be read out. The motto or purpose of Swami Vivekananda's 1893 speech. We are not asked about the motto of his life in general. Instead, see, you need to read the questions also properly. Do not jump into conclusion, and read it properly. So the question may sound simple, but like a careless reading on your part will end up in a negative mark if the answer goes wrong, right? So the motto, it's not about his motto of life as such which is asked. Instead, the motto or the purpose, the intention, the policy of Swami Vivekananda's 1893 speech. Exactly what I have read right now. The very first sentence, Swami Vivekananda is known, or this particular incident is known to the world, that how during his Parliament World's Religious meeting at Chicago, and he spoke a few words, and that was so inspiring, and where he introduced Hindu philosophy to the West. Okay, so indirectly what it meant is the motto or the purpose of Swami Vivekananda's speech in the year 1893 in that World's Religious Conference. What was the purpose? Introduction of Hindu philosophy to the West. So it's option number C. Introduction of Hindu philosophy to the West, exactly the same thing which I have marked right now. Okay. Now, second question based on the same passage. A vast nation like India is unified because of dash. Sometimes that is surprising for the world and for the Indians as well. Like, how comes that a very big nation like India, where we have what you call unity in diversity, or different cultures which are very well accommodated, different religions and all, tongues that you speak. Okay, so even after that, we are united. What could be the reason? Okay, so according to this, so right now your personal opinion is not asked, of course. What we have to find is the point taken based on the passage. So according to this passage, what is the reason, or else a vast nation like India is unified? What could be the reason? Okay, let us just find it out from the passage. But before that, let us read the options. The first option is Western culture's impact. No way. Even without reading the passage, of course, like those who have got a bit of common sense and logical sense, they understand that it has got nothing to do with Western culture, right? So, Indian unity, or unity which we have maintained in India, it has got nothing to do with Western culture. Okay, but then the B and C options both are equally possible, but still, to be on the safer side, we have to go back to the passage also. Okay, so B option is brotherhood, and C is a feeling of humanity. Okay. So let us just try to get it from the passage itself. See, our countrymen, self-reliant, see, it's given here itself. See, he revealed the true foundations of India's unity as a nation. He taught how a nation with a vast diversity, exactly the same question, with a feeling of humanity and brotherhood. Both brotherhood and a feeling of humanity. Okay, that means option number D includes both the points. Option number D means both B and C. And what are the B and C points? Brotherhood and a feeling of humanity. Exactly the same thing given on the board in the passage. Okay, so it is option number D. Option number D, which means both the points are to be taken, brotherhood and a feeling of humanity. Okay, so hope it's clear. Now the third question based on the passage. According to dash, that means we need to find out the name of the person who said that Swamiji showcased or displayed a balance, a perfect balance between the East and the West. Okay, somebody made a comment, and who the person is, that is what you have to find out from the passage. Okay, so see, this is given exactly below what I marked right now. See, it's given here. Freedom fighter Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose once said, he said once in one of the speeches, he said, Swamiji harmonized means united, East and the West, religion and science, past and present. So, balance, to harmonize means to maintain a perfect balance between East and West. So, this comment was actually given by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and instead of giving the full name, the first word like that title Netaji is given, so option number B. See how simple the question was, it's just that you need to go back to the passage to find it out. So anyways, according to Netaji, that means option number B, Swamiji or Swami Vivekananda showcased a balance means harmonized. He harmonized between East and West. Okay, not just between East and West, he also harmonized religion and science, past and present. But right now, based on the question, East and West only is given as a reference, and who spoke these words? Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay. Now, fourth question based on the same passage, unprecedented self-respect. The first word in the phrase means what? Okay, unprecedented. So that word is given here, unprecedented self-respect. So see, our countrymen have gained, that means it's all about Indians. We have gained unprecedented self-respect, self-reliance and self-assertion from his teachings. Okay, so here unprecedented, the first word of this particular quote, what does it mean? That phrase, what does it mean? Okay, a few options are given to you. We'll read it one by one. Unprecedented, does it mean unwelcomed? Unwelcomed self-respect? No way. Then unreasoned, without any reason? No. Uncalled for, that means out of context? No. Unparalleled, this could be taken as our option, D option. Unparalleled means matchless. So, according to the passage, it is said that we Indians, we have gained matchless or unparalleled, something which cannot be matched with another thing. something which is unique, okay, that unique self-respect, self-reliance, all these things we acquired from his teachings. Okay, so that unprecedented in this context, it means something unparalleled, means something matchless, something which cannot be compared to another feature. Okay, now next question. Vivekananda put forward his views through dash. So through what did he, or what was the medium through which he described his teachings, or he puts forward his views. Okay, that also is given right below in the same paragraph, in the same first paragraph. See, it was he interpreted the Hindu scriptures, philosophy and the way of life. Okay, Hindu scriptures, that's given very clearly in the passage. Hindu scriptures, that means he put forward his views, or else he elaborated or he discussed his views through Hindu scriptures, not through Indian constitution or through secular preaching or cultural isolation. Okay, these are all things which are cannot be used in this context, but it's through Hindu scriptures that he made his ideas clear to the other cultures or to the world outside. Okay, so it is Hindu scriptures, option number A, and that also is taken from the passage directly, no difficulty to find it out. Okay, and now the next question is, Brahma Samaj or Brahma movement, not Samaj but Brahma movement was associated with dash. Dash in the sense, which of the options? Was it poverty, cultural reformers, superstitious customs, or religious values? Okay, so that is given in the second paragraph. In fact, the second paragraph of this passage starts with the same sentence. He was also associated, okay, he was associated with Brahma movement led by Keshav Chandra Sen for some time, but he also questioned the validity of superstitious customs and discrimination based on caste and religion. That means that particular association had superstitious customs. So Brahmo movement was also associated with superstitious customs, which he questioned. Okay, so in fact Vivekananda, he was associated with this particular movement, but at the same time he questioned some of the policies of this particular movement, and that is one of those things is superstitious customs. So actually this is indirectly given. Okay, so not directly given as it is given the question, but when you read the first 3 lines of the second paragraph of this passage, automatically you will get the answer. So anyways, the very first thing is read the entire passage once, okay, quickly, but read with understanding, so that most of the questions will be answered, or else at least you will when you start solving the questions, automatically it will come to your mind where you have come across these words in the passage. Okay, so sixth question, the option is option number C. Okay, so we have 4 more questions based on the passage. So 1 C, 2 D, 3 B, 4 D, 5 A, 6 C. Okay. Next is based on the same passage. So this time the font size is a bit more bigger because the passage is not included. So in case we need to find out the answers, I guess we have to go back to the passage to the previous page, right? So it's not a big deal, it's not a big difficulty. So anyways, come back. So who claimed to have seen God? So according to this passage, who exactly claimed or proclaimed or said that he had or he has seen God? Okay, was it Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna, Keshav Chandra Sen, Narendra? Okay, so yeah, see this paragraph number 3. We have come back to the previous page. So paragraph number 3, where it is said, one day in November 1881, Vivekananda went to Kali temple in Dakshineshwar, where Sri Ramakrishna was staying. He straightaway asked Sri Ramakrishna, "Sir, have you seen God?" Without a moment's hesitation, without thinking twice, he says, Sri Ramakrishna says, "Yes, I have seen, or I have seen him." Okay, as clearly as I see you. Just like how I can see you very clearly, exactly the same way I have seen him also. Him means God also. Okay, so who said these words? Sri Ramakrishna. So that was our question. Who claimed to have seen God? It was Sri Ramakrishna. So that means option number B. Okay. This also was a very plain question, straight question. Now next is how did Vivekananda first come to know about Sri Ramakrishna? Okay, so how did, not where did. So option number A is where, not how, so that cannot be taken. And option number B also is all about the venue. See, the previous paragraph, that means the second paragraph, towards the end, it is given the last 3 lines. I'll just read it out for you. During the spiritual crisis, Vivekananda first heard about Sri Ramakrishna from William Hastings. So he came to know about Sri Ramakrishna from William Hastings. Okay, and only after that he came to meet him in person. So what was our question? How did Vivekananda first come to know about Sri Ramakrishna? Not from where. Okay. Where in the sense not that how did he meet him. So he met him at Kali temple, that is true. Okay. And but the question is from whom that he learned all about or he heard about Sri Ramakrishna for the first time, and that is from William Hastings. Okay. Next question. The kind of relationship that Vivekananda had with Sri Ramakrishna was it learned and learner, teacher and student, fellow thinkers, master and associate, not master and disciple, but see, last paragraph towards the end, see, Vivekananda started visiting Dakshineshwar frequently, and this is our answer. A relationship of master and disciple developed between the two. Not master and associate. Master and associate does not mean master and disciple. Master and disciple means teacher and student. So that is given as one of the options indirectly. Teacher and student. Okay, so do not get confused, because we have one point with the word master, but then master and associate. Suppose if instead of associate, if this had been master and disciple, we could have chosen that without any doubt at all. But since it is associate given, not disciple, not student, so this cannot be taken just because you found the word master here. So master and disciple actually means teacher and student. So in that sense, it is option number B. So 7th question, option number B answer, 8 is option number C, and 9 is also option number B. Now the last question based on the same passage, 10th one, where can God be seen? Okay, so that also is based on the same part. See, where can he be seen? Okay, so like he said much deeper sense. Vivekananda was astonished by Ramakrishna's reply. He was like, God can be seen, and see, he says that I can see him as clearly as I see you. See, actually this is not based on the sentences printed in the passage, but based on your understanding. See, where can be like God be seen? Where can he be seen? First option is everywhere. So automatically we like get a point. Okay, everywhere means included, it includes everything, right? But then read the second option. I'll not come to the conclusion. That's what I mean. So second is within oneself. Isn't it true that actually this is a general question, not just based on the printed lines of the passage. Okay, so for this you have to put in your logical thinking also. So everywhere is the first option. Then within oneself, that also is true, with deeper understanding. So all these things are true about vision of God, like the way you see God. So that means you can take all these things. So remember, it is not necessary that all the questions will be based on the printed lines of the passage. Sometimes one or two questions could be asked based on your understanding of the passage also, where your personal point of view also is always welcomed. Okay, so in that sense, according to philosophical approach, all these 3 points are equally applicable. You cannot say just the first one, so the second and third are wrong. So of course every point is equally accepted. So in that sense, all of these. So option number D. Okay, so 7, B, 8, C, 9, B and 10, D. So with that, the first passage is over. We can move on to the next passage. So let us see what type of passage is it. Second, also the font size is so small, but we do not have any other option, okay, to accommodate all the questions or maximum number of questions possible. So based on this passage, we have total 10 questions, 5 on this page, 5 on the next page. Okay. Now, this passage is all about the art of communicating, or else how well we can communicate with other, or the perfect way to communication, or how communication skill can be blended properly with technical skills. Okay, so that is the passage all about. So for this type of passage, especially a descriptive passage like this, you need to read it twice, but then I guess if you read with understanding, the first reading is more than enough to solve a good number of questions. Okay, so here this is all about see the very first sentence. It's better to read the first sentence, right, of the first paragraph of this passage. It is rare to find someone with a good technical and communication skills. Okay, the art of communication skills, it does not include just a smart tongue, smart way of dealing with things and gestures and body language, but it speaks about a good technical and communication skills, both perfectly collaborated. Okay, so that is why I read this first line. The reason is, based on this you have the very first question, okay, 11th question, that means the first question based on this passage. What are the 2 skills that will help one get ahead in their career regarding communication? 2 skills. Okay, let us read the options first. Good artistic and communication skills. Artistic skills is not mentioned in this passage. Then good culinary and communication skill, that also. Communication skills is common in almost all the options. That is given, but not the first word. Then good technical and communication skills, that is our choice. That means option number C. Right now we have read that part. Okay, so it is rare, it's very rare to find someone, a person having both good technical and communication skill. Good technical and communication skills. So based on the first line of the first paragraph of this passage, it is option number C, that is good technical and communication skills. Okay. Now the next one, 12th question, or the second question based on this. Why is it necessary to have good communication skills? Why is it said that good communication skills are really required? Okay, so that also is based on your reading, and we have read the first sentence. Okay, so the very next sentence will give you the clue, but before that let us read the options. Okay, all options are given for that, because the first option is, because you will be judged, favored or rejected according to your communication skill. Isn't it true? It's a fact. The way you speak, the way you talk to others, that will help the people, those who listen to your speech. It will help them to judge your character, and they will either praise you, favor you, or they will reject you if you have a rude way of communicating with others. So actually that is a fact. Okay, let us see if that fact is given in this passage as well. The very next sentence, you can get far ahead of your colleagues if you combine these two things, because people will judge, evaluate and promote or block you based on your communication skills. The same words are not used, but this is what it meant. Okay, people will judge you means you will be judged. The very first option, you will be judged, people will judge. So that option is possible, right? So you will be judged, favored or judged and evaluate both. Then favored means promote, then reject means block. So even if the same words are not used, but then the very first option is almost like the sentence given in the passage. So in that sense, option number A could be taken as answer to question number 12. Okay. Now 13th question. What should one remember about speaking? That means about speech in general, what should one remember based on this passage or in accordance with this passage? These are all options given to you. The wise speaks less, the fool speaks less, fool speaks much, right? Then the happy speaks much more. That is true, but then it's not given in the passage. Then the dumb fear to speak. Okay, so these options are given, but which option is given in the passage, that will be our answer. Okay, so let us see if any of these things are given. Okay, so yeah, see, you will realize that the wise speak less. Wise people speak less. So option number A. Based on the passage, it is option number A, something which you need to remember while speaking. Okay. Now next question. If a wrong word is uttered in the heat of the moment of argument, okay, what advice does the author give or does the speaker give? Okay, you know that like sometimes things go beyond our control and sometimes we utter a wrong word in the wrong context to the wrong person. And you know that a word spoken out of mouth cannot be taken back, cannot be withdrawn. Alright, but then there is a way out. So according to this speaker, if by mistake, by chance, a wrong word is uttered in a very angry mood, what is the remedy? What should you do? Okay, what are the options? To avoid talking about the matter, should we avoid that topic at all? Or else should we apologize immediately to create more tension by arguing more? Wow, what a remedy, right? Then to regret it for the rest of their life. Okay, so let us come back to the topic and you will get the point from the passage, right? So it's given in the second paragraph of the same passage. See, towards the end, one unnecessary word uttered at the wrong time or place. Suppose by mistake if we have uttered a wrong word, such like if such a thing happens, last sentence of the second paragraph, if in case such a thing happens, you should immediately apologize. You should immediately apologize, else it may haunt you for life. Suppose if you do not apologize, what will happen? For the rest of your life, it will remain as a bad memory in your mind. Okay, so option number B. So in case if a wrong word is uttered while arguing with people, what should we do? We have to apologize immediately. Okay, actually, you know what, like such passages, it's not just like for attending the exam. When we read it, sometimes it's a kind of reminders for us that when we speak, what all things are to be kept in mind and how to deal with people, etc., etc. So life skill lessons also along with attending the exam, right? So next question. We are inclined to speak fast because. We are inclined to speak fast. When we speak fast. Why? Because, see, where I guess right now I have seen, I just came across that sentence. Yeah. The art of listening, observe great communication skills. We realize why speaks people can while so avoid any unnecessary or uttered even in life, such as. Another problem to overcome speaking is too fast, since our minds are working faster than our speech. Okay, our minds are working faster than our speech. This thing happens. We are inclined to speak fast. Why? We have a tendency, the meaning of this question is, many of us, we have a tendency to speak fast. And what is the reason? And what are the options given to you? We don't think before speaking, or our mind is not needed for speaking. Of course, it is needed. Then our minds work faster than our speech. See, exactly the same thing which we have marked right now. Why we are inclined to speak faster? Because our minds work faster than our speech. Okay? So that's the reason why we are inclined to speak fast. So this also was given straight in the passage. So 11C, 12A, 13A, 14B, 15C. Okay. So it's not yet over for the passage. We have 5 more. Now, on the contrary, it is always the reverse. On the contrary, it is also given the third paragraph. On the contrary, it is always the reverse. So, what is reverse? So, go back to the go to the previous line. See, another problem to overcome is speaking too fast. Since our minds are working faster than our speech, we are inclined to speak fast. This does not necessarily mean that the person hearing it will get it any faster. On the contrary, it is always the reverse. See, the meaning of this statement is, when we speak faster, we have a feeling that, okay, when we speak faster, the person who listens to us, he also understands a bit faster, just like how we speak faster. But that is not true. That is not the fact. It is on the contrary. That is the question. On the contrary. On the contrary means, here in this context, on the contrary means, when we speak fast, people will have difficulty to understand. So if I go on in a terrific speed and I know what I am speaking, I understand what I speak, but it is not necessary that whatever I have in my mind enclosed, and when I speak that, utter it in a very fast manner, rapid way, the person who listens to me also will understand. No, on the contrary, he or she will never understand, or will not understand, will have difficulty to understand me. Okay, so that should be your option. So on the contrary, it is always a reverse meaning. When someone speaks fast, it's easier for people to understand. No. When someone speaks fast, it's difficult for people to understand. This is correct. Okay. Now, 17th question, so it's option number B, which is the correct option. Now, next is, the correct way to add humor and wit to one's speech is by. Okay. To make our communication skills a bit attractive, one of the techniques suggested by the author or by the speaker is, we should add humor and wit in between. Wherever it is, wherever it is handy, or wherever you feel that it is the proper context. Okay, so that also is given in the third paragraph. See, towards this part, I'll just mark it. If I underline this, the point is it won't be visible, right? It won't be visible even to me. Okay, I won't be able to read it out. So I'll just mark it like this, and I'll just put that thing in bracket. Adding humor and wit is also essential, but realize that not all jokes are funny, and observe certain boundaries. Never say anything that could offend a person. Okay, so when it is said that to make your communication skills better or attractive, you have to, or you should add, one of the techniques is to add humor and wit to your speech. Of course, we can, but what all things are to be kept in mind? You should remember that do not add humor and wit when it is not required in the context, when it is not appropriate to the context. Okay, suppose you go to to attend a funeral, and there you crack a joke, okay, to make yourself heard by people. But in that context, if you add wit and humor to your speech, especially to the person who has lost the dear one, what will happen? It's not the proper context. Exactly same way, when you make or like funny comments, or when you crack jokes, a few things are to be kept in mind: that do not offend others, do not keep it personal. Okay, do not attack a person's character by making funny remarks. So those things are given according to the passage. So the correct way, the proper way to add humor and wit to one's speech is by, first option, throwing jokes in every sentence. No way. If you just add humor and wit in every sentence, no. Too much also is too boring, right? Then observing boundaries and trying not to offend people, exactly what it is given in this passage. See, exactly same thing. Adding humor and wit is essential, but realize that not all jokes are funny. Okay, and observe certain boundaries, observing boundaries, okay, and never say anything that could offend, and trying not to offend people. So do not attack a person personally. Character assassination should be avoided, and you should be in your boundaries while you crack jokes. So this is the exact one. Now next question is, choose an appropriate title for the give. This is what I said right now when we dealt with the first passage. I said only if you understand the central idea of this passage, you will be able to get answer to this question. Find out a proper title for the passage from the given options. Okay, what are the options given to you? How to make a good speech. It sounds good, but let us go for a better one. The way to listen to a conversation. No. The art of good communication skills. The perfect way or the art of good communication skills. See, the first one, how to make a good speech. The whole thing is not about the tips which will help you to make good speech. Instead, the art of good communication skill, that is the central idea of this passage, based on which you can give this as the title. Okay. Now next question is, which of the following statements is false? Read the question properly. Which of the following statements is false? That means one thing which is not given in the passage, or one thing which is contradictory to the passage. So 16B, 17 also B, and 18 C. So 19, let us see which option is correct. So which of the following statements is contradictory to the passage? Let us read the statements one by one. First is, learning what not to say is probably more important than learning what to say. That is given in the passage. Okay, not just what to say, but what not to say also is equally important. So that is given in the passage, not contradictory. Now second is, adding humor and wit is also essential while giving a speech. That also is given in the passage. Okay. Then next is, poorly constructed emails with grammatical errors are acceptable while communicating with people at work. Okay, so let us see if it is given there. One necessary, avoid any communication, emails. Good communication, the art of listening and learning, develop subconscious habit. Yeah, this one, poorly constructed emails with grammatical errors are acceptable between friends, but they should be seriously avoided while communicating formally with your seniors. So it is contradictory. What is given in the statement? Poorly constructed emails with grammatical errors are acceptable while communicating with people at work means especially with your seniors. And here, according to the passage, it is not acceptable. It could be acceptable with friends but not people at work. So this statement is contradictory. C is contradictory. Option number C. Now the last question based on this passage, synonym of evaluate. Evaluation or evaluate. You judge, you evaluate. Okay, so what is given? Another word for evaluate. Is it manipulate? No. Compromise. Then assess, eviscerate, but it is assess. Assess means to judge or to evaluate. It is assess. Okay. So option number C again. 16B, 17B, 18C, 19C, 20 also C. Okay. So this passage is also over. Now we have one more passage based on which we have 10 questions more, and this is a factual passage. You call this as a factual passage. So today you had 3 types of passage. About Swami Vivekananda, it was a narrative passage. Then the one which we have seen right now about good communication skills, that is a descriptive passage. Something is being described, and now this one is factual. Why is it factual? Because most of the scientific facts related to the subject or related to the topic are given. So it is taken as a factual passage, and for factual passage almost all the questions will be direct. Okay. Now it's all about, this passage is all about papaya fruit and how healthy it is for our body. Those things are given. Okay. And the characteristic features. Now based on which we have 10 questions. So the first question is, papaya is a healthy fruit because dash. Is it because it has it's a feature, it's one of the properties, or it has many properties, it's yellow in color, both A and B. Okay. So let us see. Papaya is the healthiest fruit because with a list of properties, because it has a lot of properties. It has many properties. Option number B. Okay. So option number B. It has it's yellow in color. These are included in B point. So no need to get more than 1 point. This point is more than enough because it includes point number A and C also are included in B option. Okay, so B option is the correct one. This fruit is taken as a healthy fruit because it has many properties. It's given straight in the passage as the first sentence of the passage. Okay. Where is papaya known as papaw? Papaw, where is it known as papaw? See, it is known as papaw in Australia and mamau in Brazil. So papaw in Australia, papaw in Australia, papaw in Australia. Okay. Papaya was first found in dash. Where was it found first? Okay. So it is commonly known as papaw in Australia. I mean, it first found in southern Mexico and neighboring Central America. Southern Mexico and Central America. Where exactly is it? Southern Mexico is one of the options. Central America is another option. So option number D could be taken, where B and C both are equally accepted. Okay. So Southern Mexico is option number C. Central America is option number B. So we need both B and C, and that is option number D, both B and C. Okay. So 21B, 22 C, 23 D option correct answers. Next is, consuming papaya aids in or helps in, or what are the characteristic features, how do these fruits help us? First option, it would give us healthy skin. It would help us to possess or to have a healthy skin. Then it would help us in digestion, help us in sunburn, and all of this. Okay. So let us see if it is, it helps us to, it's cooked or boiled. Modern science confirms that papaya has the most virtues are protein, digesting enzyme is, it helps in digestion. Then it helps us to maintain dyspepsia, juice of papaya helps us in mental ailments. Healthy skin also it is given. Health cause, important virtues for milky juice or latex. Enzyme is similar to pepsin digestion action. It can digest, it assists the body in assimilating maximum nutritional value from food, body building materials. So all of these, see, excess unhealthy mucus in stomach, or for all these things this fruit is very useful. So see, skin irritation, see, it cures skin irritation. So it helps you to get a healthy skin. It helps, I was searching for this point actually. See, it helps us to cure skin irritation. Okay, that means it would give us a healthy skin. Then it also helps in sunburns. It also helps in sunburn, and then it is good for your digestive action, or it helps us in digesting things. So for digestion, so option number D, all of these. So it would help us to cure certain skin irritation so that we will get a healthy skin. It helps in digestion. It helps in sunburn. So all of these, D option. The next is the most beneficial compound of papaya is latex flavor protein digesting enzyme. Okay, so that protein digesting enzyme is something which would help our body to get all these features. So protein, so the most important virtue of this fruit is its protein digesting enzyme. It's given straight. All right. Next is dash in assimilating the maximum. So what does the word assimilate mean here? So this helps us in assimilating. So what is assimilating here? Is it understand? It has got nothing to do with understanding. Digestion, yes, assimilating fibers means digesting fibers. Option number B, not excluding or rejecting anything, but assimilating helps us in digesting things. Okay. Then the author favors raw papaya, ripe papaya, tropical fruits. It's not about any tropical foods in general, it's all about papaya, right? So in this passage, does he speak only about raw papaya or only about ripe papaya? That is the question. Okay. Towards the end, the last paragraph, papain is a raw papaya, makes up for the deficiency, and then the ripe fruit also, the ripe papaya also, it means both A and B. Option number D, both A and B. So this passage is not just about ripe papaya or raw papaya, it's all about the fruit papaya in general, that means both raw and ripe. Okay, so it's option number D. Now the element which helps in relieving dyspepsia is its disease. So what is that? Papain is that element which helps in relieving this disease. So option number B should be taken. Next is the juice of papaya seeds, if consumed regularly, helps in, suppose if you have a habit of consuming the juice of papaya seeds, it would help us in which option, which of these following things? Piles, it would help us to get relief from piles, then diarrhea, constipation, all of these. See, towards the end, the ripe fruit eaten, the juice of this would help us in bleeding piles. From piles you get relief, chronic diarrhea, piles, diarrhea, and then also constipation. That means all of these. Option number D. Okay. Then last question based on this. The second paragraph describes about the lucrative value of the second paragraph. Second paragraph describes about the lucrative value of both, about everything, about papaya seeds, about papaya seeds, about ripe papaya, about raw papaya. Okay, everything is included. So that means it should be taken as all of this. Alright, so option number D again. So in that sense, 21B, 22C, 23D, 24D, 25C, 25C, 26B, 27D, 28B, 2930, both D options. Okay. So with that we come to the end of the reading comprehension or passage based questions. Now we have the next set of our coming up questions are based on grammar and vocabulary. Okay. from the given options, select the rightly spelt word. Okay, so one word is given with 4 different spellings and you need to find out the one with the correct spelling. Okay, so that word is peripheral, and which spelling is, or which option has got the correct spelling. P-A-R-I would be peripheral. There is no word like that. So this is wrong spelling. Then peripheral is not the word. So that option number B also is wrong. Peripheral. Our word is peripheral. Peripheral, which means outline. Periphery or outline. Okay. So peripheral with P-E-R-I-P-H-E-R-A-L. Fourth also is wrong. P-E-R-Y. There is no Y there. P-E-R-I-P-H. First sound. P-H-E-R-A-L. Which means outline. Okay. Then another question with the same instruction. From the given options, select the rightly spelled word. So this time also one word with 4 different spellings and only one option is correct. Okay. And the word is disseminate. Disseminate is a word. So let us see which spelling is correct. So D-I-S-S-E-M-I-N-A-T-E. D-I-C-C-E. There is no C in disseminate. So this is wrong. Then disseminate, but it is disseminate. So option number A with D-I-S-S-E-M-I-N-A-T-E, which means to spread or to circulate. Okay, to spread or to circulate. So disseminate means to spread or circulate, and that should have the spelling D-I-S-S-E-M-I-N-A-T-E. Okay. Now next is one more question of the same type where you need to find out the correct spelling of the word approximately. So that word with 4 different spellings and find out the correct one. Okay, the actual one. So approximately, it is approximately, not approximately. So the first option cannot be taken. Then approximately with double P, then single P, double R. So actually approximately means nearly or nearly correct, almost correct, nearly correct. Okay, when I say that, it costs approximately 10,000 rupees. That means it may not be exactly 10,000, but then it is close to or very much close to 10,000. Okay, so that is approximately, near to or nearly correct. Okay, it's almost correct. So approximately has got double P, single R. So it is option number B. Approximately. Anyways, I don't have to write the meaning of this word. Right now it is said nearly correct, almost correct is the meaning of the word, and this is a word which you are familiar with, which we use in our daily life, so there is no need to have it written on the board, right? So that will save our time also. Now next we have, from the given options, select the one which can rightly substitute the given X. That means give a single word for this sentence. What is that sentence? The study of human mind and behavior. What do you call that branch of study where we study human mind and behavior or character? Behavior, of course. Is it sociology? Is it philology, physiology, or psychology? What is sociology? It's not about a human mind or behavior, but about human society. Okay, the structure and progress, structure, development, etc., etc. of human society. If you study, you call it as sociology. So it's not sociology. Philology is all about the development and study and structure of language. So this also cannot be taken. Then physiology is all about physical body, okay, connected with body. So psychology is our answer. Psychology is that branch of study which helps you to study a person's mind and behavior. See, when you get such questions, sometimes, sometimes you know what the study of human mind and behavior is. Even without getting the options, you know what the answer is. So in that sense, if you find the word psychology anywhere in the options, take that and you don't even have to refer to others if you are sure about the particular option. That means when you know for sure that study of human mind and behavior is psychology and psychology alone, search for the option, take it as the correct answer, and no need to waste your time reading other options. Okay, if you are that much sure, 100% sure. That will save your time. Now, same type of question. Again, find out a single word for the given expression. Handwriting which is difficult or impossible to read. Some people have such horrible handwriting that it is very difficult to read, or sometimes it is impossible to read. Okay, like very often it is said that the doctors who prescribe medicine, only the pharmacist will be able to read it, otherwise not ordinary people like us. Okay, so that could be taken as one of the samples. Okay, so I'm so sorry if doctors are out there, please don't get offended, just a joke. So come back. So what do you call if the handwriting is difficult to understand, or it's impossible to understand, or impossible to read, not understand but read? Illegible, illogical, irrational, edible. Okay, so illegible. So illegible is a word which means a handwriting which is difficult or impossible to read. Okay, sometimes when you have it in what you call running hand, it's like if I write a word like this, difficult to read. I meant this to be humanity, but it's difficult to read, and it is sometimes for some people it's impossible to read. So this is illegible. Okay, then what is illogical? Something does not fit in logical sense. Then irrational also. Irrational, illogical, without reason, without logic. Okay, then edible is something connected with eatable things, so it has got nothing to do with handwriting. All right. Now one more similar type of question. A book that contains information on various subjects. It should be subjects. Okay. So a book which gives you necessary information on different topics, different subjects. What do you call that book? Is it a dictionary? Dictionary will give you the meanings and the uses of words, not on subjects, right? It's not dictionary. It's not novel. Novel will not give you any information about different subjects, of course. Thesaurus, dictionary, same. So encyclopedia is the book which would give you information, basic information on various topics or subjects. So for this type of question also, you know the type of book that we are talking about. So if you have that answer already in your mind, and if you find that as one of the options, do not hesitate, go straight, mark it as the correct answer, and don't spend too much of time reading the other options. So definitely that will help you to save time. Okay. Now next is again one more of the same type. What do you call a person interested in the study of coins and medals? A person who has got the hobby of collecting coins and studying about coins and medals. What do you call that person? Numismatist, numerologist, medalist, idealist. So it is numismatist is a person who has the hobby of collecting coins and studying all about coins. Numismatist. Okay. Numerologist's branch of study. Okay, numerological, almost like horoscopical things. Okay. Medalist is the one who has won a medal. Idealist, ideologies, possessing ideologies, nothing to do with coins. So numismatist is the person who has the habit or hobby of collecting coins and studying coins and medals. Okay. Next is, from the given options, select the one which is similar in meaning to the given word. And what is the given word? Stringent. Stringent is the given word, and you have to find out a synonym or a word from the given options which has got the same meaning. Okay. Now, see, one of the options actually is stringy. So, automatically, this is, why am I telling this is sometimes this could be misleading, okay. When you jump into conclusion, this could be misleading, okay. Just because you found the word stringent and stringy, which sounds similar, it does not mean that these are synonyms. Stringent and stringy, not synonyms. Stringent actually means a person who is very much hard and strict disciplinarian. Okay, so stringent actually is a person who is strict, not stringy. So do not get confused. Just because this word sounds similar to stringent, do not mark this as your option. Read it properly and understand. In case if you have no idea what it is, you can skip that question, but do not mark a wrong one because it would end up in minus mark or negative mark, right? So like semblance is resemblance, similar. Then semantics is all about study of language, okay. Then strict is actually the word, stringent means strict. So strict is the answer. Make sure that you know the meaning of this word stringent, okay. If you do not know, you can skip, but do not opt the wrong one, okay. Next is this, I guess you can get the options very quickly or very easily. Again, you have to find a synonym to the word rescue. Like in movies it is said, okay, Spider-Man or Superman has come to the rescue, okay. So to rescue a person means, is it a command or give command and order? No, but to help, to come for rescue or to come for aid or help. So rescue, aid, help, all these are synonyms, okay. So restrict, no. Hinder means to block, okay. Hinder is to cause hindrance or block. So I guess for this you will get the option very easily, because this is a word which we use in our daily life. So rescue, help, okay. Now next is, again you have to find out a similar meaning or synonym for the word candid. So candid, does it mean explore something new? No. Does it mean something appealing or to appeal? No. Appeal means to make request, not appealing but appeal without ing. Appeal means to request for something? No. Shine, frank. So candid person. Candid actually, it's a quality, it's an adjective with which you describe a person. So a person whom you call as candid is the one who is open-minded, straight and frank. So frank is the option. So candid means the one who is open-minded, straightforward and frank, open-minded by nature. So candid means frank, not to explore something, not to shine, not to request or appeal. It is being frank, okay. Again, find out the word which is similar to homage. Homage, and this also in English literature, in your subject English also, very often in poetry and prose you might have come across this word homage. And if you have the habit of reading novels, there also you might have several times you might have come across this word homage. So homage actually is to pay homage means to pay tribute, to show your respect or your reverence, like to pay homage to the departed soul. Like when you go and attend the funeral, what is your intention? It's your respect and your reverence that you show towards the person who is departed, and also to show your support for the family of the deceased, okay. So exactly likewise, when you pay tribute, or else when you show your ultimate reverence or respect towards something, it's paying homage or paying tribute. So the word which is a synonym to the word homage is tribute. It is not to celebrate anything, not to abide by the rules, and not to be grateful, but to show your extreme respect and love, which means to pay tribute or to pay homage. So next time when you come across the word homage anywhere, be it in novel or in your English textbook, wherever be it, you always remember homage, to pay tribute, and to pay homage, any word could be like used. Okay, that means to show your extreme love and respect towards something. Now next is, from the given options, select the one that carries the same relation as demolish and construct. It means if demolish is equal with or is given against construct, what type of pair is this? It's a pair of two words, right? It's a pair of two words. So what is the peculiarity or peculiar feature of this pair? Demolish, you should know the meaning also, otherwise you will not understand. Okay, demolish is actually to destroy something, to ruin or to destroy something, and to construct is to build something, to destroy something and to build something. So obviously in this pair, these two words are contradictory to each other or opposite to each other. Got it clear? So exactly same way, out of these four options, you should find a similar pair where the two words will be contradictory to each other or opposite to each other. Okay, so courageous, cowardly, absurd, ridiculous, submissive, humble, blemish, tarnish. So courageous and cowardly, A option. Why? Because courageous means being very bold, and cowardly means scared, very scared, not daring enough, opposite of being courageous. So exactly like demolish and construct, the ideal pair or the question pair where the words are contradictory or opposite in meaning, same way courageous and cowardly, opposite in meaning. And what about other pairs? Absurd and ridiculous, synonyms, same meaning. Something absurd, something ridiculous, it's the same thing. Something funny. Okay. Then submissive and humble. You're so humble that you become submissive. Same meaning. So these two words are not opposites but same. These two words also same meaning or synonyms. And blemish and tarnish also to mark, to ruin the beauty of something, to put a mark, okay, or blemish or scars or such features with which the beauty is marred or spoiled. So blemish and tarnish also same meaning. So these three pairs have words similar in meaning, synonyms, but only option number A, courageous and cowardly, that is where you get words opposite in meaning, and that is our correct answer. Okay. Next is, from the given options, select the one which is opposite in meaning to the given word. So what is the given word? Deception. So unless you understand what the meaning of deception is, you will never be able to find out the meaning of this, opposite of this word. Okay. So this time remember, it is opposite, not similar. Alright. So deception or to deceive somebody. To deceive someone or deception. To deceive someone is to cheat somebody. To cheat or to betray someone. To cheat or to betray someone. Okay. So deceive, from that word we have the noun form deception. That means it's something which is connected with cheating or betrayal or even falsehood. And what we need is an opposite, not synonym. So falsehood is synonym. Scholarship has got no connection with this word. Monstrous also no connection with this word. But honesty is our answer. Falsehood, honesty. Deception, honesty. Okay. Deception means to cheat someone using unfair means or to betray someone's trust. So being deceptive, so the opposite of that is honesty. Okay, so deception, honesty, cheating and being honest. Next is, again, find out the opposite for the word apprentice. Whom do you call an apprentice, by the way? You are familiar with this word, right? So like apprentice is the one who is a kind of trainee, a person who is just a trainee. All right, trainee, the one who is getting trained in a particular profession, or else the assistant to the person. Okay, so that is apprentice. So opposite of apprentice, trainee means the one who just joined and getting trained, not has not become expert, right? So the opposite will be expert. Apprentice is the one who is just a trainee, okay, not at all professional, just learning things, and opposite of that is expert. All right, not hungry, novice or knave. So these are the options that have got nothing to do with the word apprentice. Okay. Now next also is something connected with your science, so I guess it will be easy for you to understand this or get the opposite. This time also find out the opposite word to the word translucent. Okay, so translucent, does it mean, you people are science people will easily get this answer. Transparent, translucent, and then the third type, that is your opposite, right? Transparent is like an object which allows the light to pass through, right? Translucent thing means not that the light can easily pass through the object, but it permits a little bit, transparency is there. Okay, so the opposite of translucent is opaque. Opaque means light is completely blocked and does not permit light to pass through. All right, so even if this is English section, but still a little bit of science also we require, right, to get the answer. So opposite of translucent is actually opaque. It has got nothing to do with being smart, intelligent, compassionate. Actually, these are the words which are used to describe a person's character. That means these are the adjectives which we use to describe the quality of a person. But here it's all scientific term: translucent, transparent, opaque. Okay, so here translucent is something, an object which would permit partially passing of light. That would be the better word, I guess. Okay, and completely blocking the passage of light will be opaque. So that should be the opposite in scientific terms. So a little bit of science also crept in, right? Next is you have to find out the meaning of the given expression. Actually, these are all idioms. A man of straw. A man of straw, what is the meaning of this idiom? It is not given in the form of an example. So you should make a list of some rare idioms, and you have to learn those things by heart as a part of the preparation for the exam. Otherwise, you won't be able to answer such questions. A man of straw. Whom do we call a man of straw? Remember, once you're familiar with the meanings of these idioms, in your everyday life also you can use such beautiful expressions. Okay, a man of straw means not the man who sells straws or buys straws, or a worthy fellow, or a straw doll. Okay, almost like a what do you call a scarecrow. Okay, so a man of no substance is the correct answer. If you call a person as a man of straw, that means he's quite empty without any substance. Okay, he is quite empty without any substance. So the meaning of this idiom or this expression is a man of no substance. Next is, what is the meaning of this idiom at the 11th hour? If you remember, if you have attended all the model exams, CUT model exams, you might have come across the same idiom in one of those question papers, right? So that time itself the meaning was given to you. So if you people have attended that exam, and if you have gone through the points given in the class, you will get answer to this question. At the 11th hour means you do something only in the last moment. That means you keep on postponing things and you're so lazy that you keep it postponed. And finally, when you have very less time left out to complete the task, you complete it. That means you complete something in the last hour. Okay. So, at the very last moment, option number A. At the very last moment. Yeah, that means you do something, you complete something only in the last moment. Not every now and then, not before the sun reaches the highest point in the sky, not late in the evening after it has got nothing to do with sunrise or sunset, and not every now and then or frequently, but at the very last moment. That means you complete a task only in the last moment or in the last second, and that is when we use this expression or this idiom, at the 11th hour. Okay. So you do not keep your preparations for the exam till the 11th hour. Do it as early as possible. Okay, now next is another idiom given to you on the board, and that is to get into hot waters. So remember, these idioms are taken separately, not in the form of sentences. So do not expect that always examples will be given to you where we have the use of idioms, and sometimes these words are taken individually, and that is where you will have all the trouble. So make sure that you make a list of all these idioms, whatever you have attended, and that will help you a lot. Okay. So from the given options, what is the correct meaning of this idiom, to get into hot waters? Okay. So is it to get into trouble, to be dishonest, to suffer from stomach pain? It has got nothing to do with stomach pain or headache or anything like that, or physical pain. To be confused, but to get into trouble. If I remember, exactly the same idiom was given in one of the exams, just like at the 11th hour, that also was given in one of the exams, and this also was given. So that time itself it was said that to get into hot waters, nobody would like to enter or get a dip in hot water. That means you are inviting unnecessary troubles, right? So to get into troubles, that is the meaning of the idiom, to get into hot waters, not other options. Okay. Now we have the next question number 49. Again, another idiom is given to you, to leave someone in the lurch. Okay. To leave someone in the lurch. So actually this part of the idiom, to leave someone, that would be a hint to get the correct option, to get the correct answer. But do not take chances. Why? Because do not expect every time hints like this for idioms. Because one of the peculiar features of an idiom is you can't trust the words printed. Not always that the words will leave some sort of clues, right? So here, just because we got a hint, it's not applicable for all types of idioms that we have in the world. Okay. So to leave someone in the lurch means, is it to argue with someone? No. To desert someone in his difficulties, to comfort someone, or to annoy someone. Okay. So like I said, you have a hint in the question itself. To leave someone. To leave someone is to abandon someone or to desert someone. So where we have to desert someone in one of the options, that could be taken as your answer. To desert someone in his difficulties. Okay. To leave someone in the lurch means whenever a person is in trouble and when he or she needs your help the most, at that time if you leave that person, that means you leave him or her in the lurch. Okay, like her family left her in the lurch means when she needed the support and help of the family the most, and that was the time when she was left on her own, okay, in her or during her difficulties. So remember, here one hint was given to leave someone, and that is why you got the option with the help of the part of the sentence, to desert someone. But do not rely upon the words all the time. I said the speciality of idiom is that it has got nothing to do with the printed words, so do not expect hints all the time. Okay. Now we have the last question on the board, and that is to rearrange the given jumbled groups of words to make a meaningful sentence. That means 4 jumbled sentences are given, and actually 4 parts are given of the same sentence. If you rearrange it, it would make a logical, meaningful sentence. Okay. So these words are to be rearranged. In which order, that is what you have to find out. A temple you must take off your shoes at the entrance whenever you go to. Okay, so whenever we had a similar type of exercise, what was the instruction given to you? Do you remember that? You try to read the first word and the last word of each part. And that would be a clue to get the next part. Okay, like how will you start a sentence? A temple you must. We do not start a sentence with a temple you must. So you can't start with one. Okay. So take the next option. Take off your shoes. Can we start that as an instruction? You take off the shoes, or if this is given as a command, a person must be there, a subject must be there. Okay. So this also cannot be taken as the first sentence. Then the next is at the entrance. Again, you can't start with this. So the option which is left out with which we can start is whenever you go to. So we can start with fourth option or fourth point. And now the easiest technique is try to search for the option which started with 4. And here, fortunately enough, luckily enough, only one option started with 4. That means do not waste your time. If you have only one option that started with 4, tick it as the correct answer. Okay, so that you can save your time a little bit. So it is 4, 1, 2, 3. That is the order in which this structure could be rearranged, and only then it would be a sensible and meaningful sentence. So if you arrange it in 4, 1, 2, 3, the sentence goes like this. Whenever you go to a temple, you must take off your shoes at the entrance. So only then it would make a sensible and meaningful sentence. So this is the correct option. D option is the correct option. Okay. So always remember, suppose if any other option also starts with point number 4, that means focus on those 2 sentences, 2 options, and find out the next. Otherwise, if you do not have any other options which started with 4, no doubt this is your correct answer. Take it as the correct answer, and do not spend too much of time reading the other options as well. Okay, so that was the last question for the time being. So with that, we come to the end of the session, and very soon you will have another session, and that is with next exam. So for the time being, we wind this up. Thank you so much, and we will meet again very soon. Thank you.